Hi everyone, it's week 10 of Season's art classes, and you're looking at the Christmas market this week. So to prepare for this piece of work, plan your composition first in your sketchbooks, and then you're going to prepare a base of graduated wash of dark blue for the night sky, graduating down the page to a lighter tone of blue. While that's drying, you can be planning out your composition, and then I'd like you to draw out your composition using a blue coloured pencil so that you can see it through the paint. Once you've drawn it out, you're going to start with, here I put white acrylic for the moon, and to do the actual sky I'm going to stipple white paint just very, very carefully around the moon. Now this will gradually get darker as you work across the page, so the actual area right around the moon is going to be very light. So you can come back to this afterwards, but you will be stippling and working in just gradually until you cover the whole width across. So in this one you can see that I have actually done that, and the areas around the moon are lighter, and then gradually it's becoming darker. The next stage is to do the smoke coming out of the chimneys, and that you'll paint a slightly lighter tone again than the area around the moon so that it stands out. Okay, so I've approached this in a quite illustrative way. The buildings themselves, when you come to do them, you can keep them quite flat and face on. You can also think about putting figures in as well. So it's up to you how complicated the composition is. So when you're actually painting your skyline, I want you to work crossways so that you don't smudge, and the second layer will be for your rooftops. So you're going to go again looking at the reflection of the moon and thinking where does the light hit the buildings. So I started to put in some lighter tones along the tops of the roofs, and again with acrylics, remember that you're building up in layers, so your first layer will not be as strong as your second, so you're just going to gradually build and apply the paint using a flat round brush, probably size 2 for the smaller areas. So this areas that I'm applying now are for the snow on the tops of the buildings. For the actual buildings themselves, I'm going to use pastel colours, pastel tints for the face of the building. So here we've got one that's been painted. So the main thing is, when you are painting the buildings, is that again you build up in layers of paint. When you think about the windows themselves, I'd like you to just put in some yellow and oranges into those window panes just to look like they're lit, and also some dark blue for some that are not lit. The foreground, so all the area here in the foreground of the snow, is again approached in a stippling way. So you're going to be applying the paint using dabbing marks and just thinking about where the shadows will be. Now you're going to gradually build this up. Varying your tones. When you start to work into details such as the figures and the buildings themselves, you're going to find you need a very, very small brush, okay? Because you are going to be working in a lot of detail. So my main advice is for the larger areas, use of size 4 to 6, and for the smaller, tiny little details, go in with a size 2 to 4. And the consistency of your paint needs to be very creamy and quite thick. So the very, very last finishing touch of this piece will be to add white again on the rooftops, just to sort of emphasize the snow on the buildings. So there's several stages to this piece, and I will see you on Thursday. Okay, take care everyone. Bye.